Welcome everybody. Let's take a look at live cattle futures and see what's going on today. The market just closed a little while ago. It finished up at 132.25. For those that want to know, the symbol is LE. This is November 9th, 2021, and we are looking at the December 2021 contracts, which is the most heavily traded contract. You can see the candlesticks over here are, kind of small the last couple days. Kind of typical for this time of year, seasonal kind of thing. We can see that the 50-day moving average is 127.21, let's call it. But we got a pretty good distance going on between the bottom of the candlestick and the 50-day moving average. Now that amplitude percent down there at the bottom is 3.18. So that's not too hot. We do have a little bit of some divergent signals going on the last, a few days back, but right now, to me, live cattle looks a little bit gaining some momentum, right? Still looking to move up in price here a little bit, just short term. Though I noticed today on the Big Daddy indicator, which for those who don't know what that is, that's just my own forecast indicator. Yes, it actually predicts and forecasts price movements on just about anything, commodities and futures in general, and stocks. We can see here that indicator is kind of flatlined just today, just looking a little sideways there. Okay, but the SMI, Stochastic Momentum Index, still pointing up. The MACD for the last, got to be for at least a week or longer now, been very flat, just trading sideways. But it is above the zero line. That purple line there is the zero line. Now, at some point, I am expecting this price for live cattle to come back and meet the 50-day. It probably will happen at some point. Right now it's the 50 days moving up just a little bit like that, let's say. So at some point, we expect this to probably curl over. Maybe in the next few days. It might be next week. We'll just keep an eye on this. But right now, live cattle futures is hanging around that 127 simple moving average, the 50-day moving average. We haven't had a really strong break above it. I mean, it did move away since, let's see, when was that? November 2nd. Prices have, moved away a little bit and then kind of stalled up in here just a little bit. Let's look at this cycle. For those that don't know what these green arcs are, these are actual cycles. This is cycle analysis, okay? And the way cycle analysis works is it projects into the future where it thinks the cycle low or where price low is going to be. Now, if you look back in the future here, back in the future, that makes sense. If you look back into history at this cycle here, you can see the cycle started way over there, comes over here. And you can see for the most part that the prices were coming down as it came down into the cycle low where two cycles meet, right? It did the same thing way back over here. Prices came down as we got into the cycle low. Okay. Here's a very typical, what we'd call an ideal cycle. And that's where right in the middle of the cycle, prices go up into the middle of the cycle. They might stall a little bit and start coming down. And that's what happened in this cycle right here. Now, not all cycles do that. So here we are in the current cycle, this one right here, and what's going on? Well, so far, we had a price stall in the middle of this cycle. You can see prices kind of came up like that and stalled, right? Even from way back here, prices came up. It's a fairly strong cycle when you see prices come up and they at least continue to rise somewhere towards the middle of the cycle, which the middle of the cycle is about right there, okay? So that's pretty decent. This cycle is kind of an ideal cycle, okay? Prices stalled in the middle and then they continue to rise. So that's actually a sign of strength, okay? So there's a little bit of strength shown in this cycle. The fact that when it got to the middle of the cycle, it didn't just start heading down. Okay, it actually peaked its head up a little bit here. Okay, and at some point though, probably guys, most likely, let's just look at when does this cycle end? Ends December 9th, okay? So at some point, we're going to be watching for this price to start to roll over and come back down and at least touch this 50. Let me clean up the screen a little bit here. And at least touch this 50. Well, I don't know where that 50 is going to be. It is rising, so let's just say we'll give it our best guess there. So prices would start to roll over and maybe, somewhere around this area, maybe roll over and come down into there. We'll see. That 50 could move down a little bit as prices come down. It could begin to fade a little bit itself. We'll just see how it turns out. But, if I just had to guess, guys, I could see it, coming back down to 127 as we head towards this cycle low. So just keep that in mind for you ranchers and those that are in feedlots, which, I'm not too familiar with the feedlot season and how feedlots go, so you'll forgive me for that. But, just keep that in mind as for live cattle, that for those that are interested in pricing, and even those that just trade this commodity, and those that hedge, obviously you're going to have some people that hedge because they're actually raising cattle, right? So ranchers in particular might be interested in this. Just be aware that I do think prices will eventually make their way back down towards this 127 area, probably between now and somewhere like the first week or two of December, okay? Okay, let's take a look. To get ready to finish up this video, let's take a look at the monthly, because we always want to look at the long term. Okay, that's a good sign. We're above the 50-month, right, monthly. So this is a 50-month moving average of about 115. We'll call it 114.9, and it's trading well above that. Okay, if you look in the past, guys, we've noticed that prices have come up to the 50-month and then hit resistance on that line. Then come down, get a little above it, but basically hit resistance and come back down. Came up, and this time when we got into October of last year, or 2020, actually broke through resistance, which is really good. Kind of came down and touched it as support this time, which that was in May of 2021. So that's a good sign, guys and gals, that it looks like right now the 50-month moving average, at least best we can tell, because there's not a lot of data to go on here, but it looks like that the 50-month moving average is acting as support rather than resistance. So when you're below, it bumps into the resistance, okay? But when you're above, it starts acting as support, and that's a good sign, okay? Because if you're looking for prices to go up, which I'm assuming most people are, okay, then that's a good sign. So even though as we get into December, which is next month, which is just one candlestick over on this chart, okay, I don't think it's just going to come falling straight down in the monthly chart and touch it like that or anything, but these prices are slightly rising. So if we just kind of draw, and if prices continue to do that, then you might see as we go through the fall and winter here, so we're getting into winter time, it might come down there. We'll just see how that goes. That would put us in the low 120s, maybe mid 120s. Okay, let's just see what this thing does. But for now, and it may not even do that at all, okay? For now, prices are rising, and that's a good sign. Looks like there's still a little bit of room to go here, okay? And I'm looking at the longer-term trend. This is a very long-term indicator. It looks very strong, guys and gals. So with inflation maybe and stuff like that going on, live cattle futures look strong long-term. For now, they look strong, okay? Things look good. We might see prices, go up and move down, but over the long run, at least for now, prices look strong. So that's a good sign. Okay, let's finish up this video by looking at, real quick, the weekly. Okay, also strength here, short term. Though we could get a rollover, getting kind of up there on the weekly. So that would be that December rollover that you're probably going to see, would be my best guess. Okay. Now this is early in the week, but this candlestick is really, really small. For we're now Tuesday, so already the session is closed for Tuesday. So this is a really small candlestick for the week, guys and gals. Really, really small candlestick. So I would expect to see a little weakness coming here as we head towards December. Probably would be my best guess. Okay, let's finish up one last look at the hourly. Take a look at the hourly. Okay, really nice there. Trading above the 50-hour. Like that. Come up. The 50-hour looks like it's acting as support. Comes up. This one didn't even make it down to support. That's nice. And moving up. So very, very short term. Tomorrow even, Wednesday, I could see a little bit more price increase in live cattle going into Wednesday. After that, we'll reevaluate from there, okay? All right, guys and gals, hope you really enjoyed the video. Listen, got a brand new membership that a lot of people have been asking for. Okay, so you can see here on the screenshot, $5.95 a month. That is a steal, okay? You're going to make $5.95 back on one trade. So take advantage of that opportunity on premium membership only, guys. Going to put out 1 or 2 videos a month of trades that I think are going to be profitable, okay? This is education only, paper trade. What you do with it is your business, okay? I don't give financial advice, but 1 or 2 videos per month, guys. And guys and gals, it'll probably be more than 1 or 2 videos a month, but that's bare minimum what I'll put out of trades that I think are going to be really good trades. $5.95 a month, guys, you can't beat it. You'll make that money back on 1 trade, okay? So the way you can join is by clicking the join button right below this video, okay? And you can take advantage of that. I don't think the price is going to stay there. I've already had quite a few people join the membership. I just put it out yesterday, and I've already had a lot of people join. So if I get a lot of members, I may have to increase the price because that's just the way it is when you got to support a lot of people. So take advantage of the low price while you can, guys and gals. Listen, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to click that little bell to be notified of all the videos I put them out. Talk to you all real soon again next time.